F1 Challenge for the Saturn marks a weird transitional period for F1 games, and as a result feels like a game that got sort of lost in the mix. F1 games prior to this had largely been arcade experiences like Pole Position, Virtua Racing, Super Monaco GP and Final Lap. Simulation games definitely existed, but were largely more focused on PC-owning audiences, with titles like Jeff Crammond's Formula 1 Grand Prix. There certainly were home console F1 titles that simulated a championship career mode, like Domark's F1 and even Super Monaco GP2, but it wasn't until Psygnosis' 1996 Formula 1 game for PlayStation that we started to see the simulation style really take off as the gold standard on home consoles. F1 Challenge hit the Saturn in 1995 and in turn is based on the 1995 Formula 1 season. Strangely, Sega officially licensed the locations, cars and drivers through the Formula 1 Constructors Association and not the FIA, which meant they had limited access to circuits and drivers. As a result, we only have 3 real-world circuits to choose from, and the fictitious Neo City that is available in 3 configurations depending on what difficulty you choose. 5 teams are available to choose, but only 1 driver from each is available. We get Mika Hakkinen with McLaren, Ukyo Katayama with Tyrrell, Jean Alesi with Ferrari, Damon Hill with Williams, and Michael Schumacher with Benetton the year before his iconic move to Ferrari, where he would win 5 consecutive championships from 2000 to 2004. F1 Challenge presents the player with 2 modes, Arcade and Time Attack. That's your lot. This is a pretty shoddy offering for a game from 1995, because a career mode should definitely be present to help give this game a little more to do. So basically all you're ever doing in F1 Challenge is partaking in 8-lap races with AI opponents, or setting your best times solo on empty courses. There aren't even any multiplayer options to speak of, so you'll be playing this one entirely on your lonesome. It's a real shame because what is here is a lot of fun and definitely favours a more approachable, arcadey experience over the simulation F1 games that are about to dominate the market next year. Each race tries to give you a condensed F1 experience. As you race, your tyres get more worn, resulting in more drifty handling as you go into corners. You also have a fuel gauge to worry about, so it's up to you to manage the continually degrading handling and fuel before you finally commit to a pit stop. With the races being only 8 laps long, they never outstay their welcome and it always feels like you're in the thick of the action as a result. Graphically, it's an impressive title for the Saturn, offering a better draw distance and performance than Daytona USA. You can even enhance the frame rate by toggling the rear view mirror off with the simple press of a button. There's a solid little arcade game in here that is definitely fun to muck around with, and the nostalgic era that is being represented definitely wins it points in my book. But here's the thing, this feels so much like an arcade game I was a bit surprised to learn it isn't a port of an existing Sega arcade game. The game was built from the ground up with the driver and circuit limitations baked in, which is the game's biggest downfall. Every driver, team and circuit from the 1995 season with a full career mode should have been in here. This would have made the game a serious contender in the F1 gaming space, but sadly it's just a cute little distraction that makes for a fun but fleeting glimpse into F1's past.